How to deal with criticism or negative feedback. Imagine the following situation. You've worked really hard to finish a job when all of a sudden your manager barges in and throws the whole file back on your desk, shouting, "This is absolutely worthless. It is full of spelling mistakes. On the first page alone, there are 2 typos. It's rubbish. Where did you get your degree?" And so on and so on. You are faced with heavy criticism, justified or not, but the way that criticism is delivered makes all the difference. In general, we are not good at dealing with this sort of criticism. The challenge is to transform this criticism into feedback, constructive feedback for ourselves, because feedback is the fuel that makes us better, stronger, and smarter. But how do we do that? It is easier said than done when faced with this sort of outburst of frustration. Now, first of all, it is important to distinguish between criticism and feedback. Feedback is information that helps us grow. Criticism is often based on emotions and ego-driven. There is a very simple technique that helps us make the difference between emotional criticism and valuable feedback, so that we can protect ourselves against the negative impact of the often very harsh words. American therapist Annie Linden first came up with this technique to help you deal with unpleasant criticism or negative feedback. She talks about walls, boundaries, and the total absence of boundaries. When we are confronted with criticism, we can build up a wall. We can close ourselves off from the outside world and not let anything of what is being said affect us. We close ourselves to all the insults, the emotion, the negative words, but also to the positive intention of bringing you to a better way of working, which is hidden underneath. If we build up this wall, we are likely to block any external influence, content, things we could actually learn from, and indeed all negativity that is interweaved. A second option is to react without any boundaries. In fact, we're doing quite the opposite of the previous reaction. Instead of blocking everything, we're going to take everything in. Positive feedback, things that need to change and will help us improve, but also the incredibly negative energy, the anger and frustration that are in the wording. Most likely, this will put us on the defensive or make us shy away, just because we're taking everything in. Annie Linden talks about a much healthier way to deal with criticism, justified or not, by setting our boundaries. You'll have to picture it like a gate that protects our boundaries. We can open the gate and close it. We open the gate when we hear information that adds to the solution and that makes us grow as human beings. So, when your manager barges into your office and throws the document on your desk saying, "This is absolutely worthless," that is the moment you close the gate, just because of the negativity and the aggressiveness with which these words are uttered. "It is full of spelling mistakes," and the gate closes. The phrase, "it is full of," is an exaggeration. It doesn't bring you any further. "On the first page alone, there are 2 typos." This is where you open the gate. This is a piece of interesting information. You can work with that. You can learn from that. It tells you to proofread your text next time and make a better report. "It is absolute rubbish," and the gate closes again. "Where did you get your degree from?" The gate is still closed. We will have to filter out all the negative elements and allow ourselves to only take in what is constructive. At that moment, you can look at your raging manager and feel pity for him or her. Surely, he or she hasn't heard about the difference between criticism and constructive feedback. Next time you are faced with heavy criticism, try out this technique. Open the gate for all valuable information and close it for all the negative energy and emotion.